So today I'm going to show you how I mixed this tune. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed that. If you don't know where the tune is from, I made this tune about 2 years ago for Neural's new plugin launch, Archetype Tim Henson. Neural actually did a giveaway of that plugin, a giveaway contest of that plugin 2 years ago when it was launched. So I made this tune for that. Unfortunately, I did not win, but I got the plugin anyways. So let's dive deep into the project. First, you see these two tracks up here, guitar left and guitar right. These are my main rhythm guitar tracks. They are going to a bus which is named electric guitar EG, which is going to another bus which I will show you at the end of the video. So please stick around till the end so you can get a little bonus tip ish that will help your mixes sound much better. Alright, so the main tone for the rhythm guitar that you hear is an artist preset by a guitarist named Kian Hushman. I'm pretty sure many of you know him from YouTube. It's this preset, Almost Modern Metal. I have changed no settings at all. I have left this preset as it is. Just I've turned this up from mono to stereo because I'm sending both of my guitars through this one plugin, which is a trick I learned from Misha Mansoor. He demonstrated this in a GTD masterclass that he did. So yeah, there's an extra tip for you. I changed no settings. The pedal section is the same, amp settings same, cab section exactly the same. Multi-voicer is not on, EQ settings exactly the same, and obviously the post effects section is also not on. So now let's move forward. I have done a little bit of EQ on this track, you know, the normal, cutting the super lows, cutting the super highs, cutting a little bit of the mid-range, because otherwise your guitars may sound honky. You don't always need to do this, but sometimes when your guitars sound honky or boxy, especially around 500, 600, you may need to cut that region. Otherwise you just leave it as it is. I'm boosting a little bit of the high mids at around 6k, and then I'm cutting a little bit of the whistly frequency at about 6k. So yeah, that's pretty much my EQ. And then what I have is a multi-band compressor. Now I did not use this while I was mixing my original tune 2 years ago, because I have learned this trick since then, is that when you have a chuggy or a palm muty section in your guitars, it is always better to put a multi-band compressor that is just activating on those palm mutes. Let me show you. So the intro to this riff has a palm muted / chuggy section. So pay attention to this multi-band compressor. When it activates, it will activate only on the palm muted sections. I'm sorry for the pops and clicks. My laptop CPU is not that intensive. I'm also actually recording my screen for you guys. So yeah, please bear with these pops and clicks. You see this performance meter at the bottom of the screen. It's going red. So yeah, I'm sorry for that. But so you see this multi-band compressor is actually activating on just the palm muting sections. See? So yeah, it helps clean out that super low, that muddiness that palm mutes can create, especially on a high gain metal tone. So this helps. So yeah, that's my entire rhythm guitar chain. What I'm using on these octave guitars is Archetype Petrucci. I have pulled up another artist preset on this plugin. This is by Rabia Masad. He's, again, most of you may know him from YouTube. This preset is known as the sick lead preset. I found that the reverb was a little bit low on this, so I turned it up. I turned up the delay so that it gets that really nice washy white tone. And then I'm turning it down, negative 2.2 dB. What else do we have? Yes, this is very interesting. These harmonics. This is another preset by Kian Hushman, again in the Archetype Tim Henson plugin. This preset is known as Disco Tang. I have changed nothing in this preset. Again, this is completely as it comes by Kian. So yeah, I'm just turning these guitars down by about 7 dB. For the bass and for the drums, I used the actual stems from that playthrough that I did. Bass is Ample Bass Lite 2. This is a free plugin that I used at that time before I bought Submission Audio's Djent bass. Now I use that as my primary bass plugin. I have 2 tracks here. I took this trick from Nolly. He demonstrated this when he was mixing It's Only Smiles by Periphery. So there's one clean track with a different set of EQ. That EQ is not present on this track right now because this is already mixed. So this clean bass track I'm using for the super lows. I am low passing it quite aggressively, and this is just giving out the low frequencies, while the distortion track I'm using for that clank of the bass tone. I am high passing this track quite aggressively so that it just gives out the high frequencies, and I'm also boosting some high mids on this frequency so that you get that clank, that nice clank from the bass. Also for the distortion, I'm using Neural ESP's Parallax. The drums are Getgood drums, One Kit Wonder Metal. They are pre-mixed drums. I'm again using a preset which is called Mix Ready. So if you guys have this drum kit, use that preset. As the name suggests, it is mix ready. So yeah, that's basically it. Now what all my instruments, aka all these tracks, are going through is this instrumental bus. This instrumental bus is completely stolen from the Get Good Drums mix masterclasses that they do. Let me run you guys through what I have on my instrumental bus. So this is FabFilter's Pro Q3, my EQ of choice, as most other mix engineers. I am high passing it at about 30 Hertz to get rid of that super lows that you can't even hear. It's good practice to get rid of that. I'm bumping a little bit of the low mids to get that thump, to get that bass. I'm cutting a bit of mids to get some more clarity, and then I'm boosting the highs to get some more airiness. Second is this compressor. Now this compressor is very interesting. I stole it from Nolly's mix masterclass, again the It's Only Smiles mix masterclass. So he had this compressor on his instrumental bus which only compresses the drums. Not exactly the entire drum kit, but only the kick and the snare, mostly the snare. It only activates when the kick passes a certain threshold, but it compresses down the snare whenever it hits. So let me show you. So pay attention to this. See, it's activating on the kick as well as it is compressing a little bit of the other signals as well, but it is heavily compressing the snare. What this basically does is that if you turn it off, the snare becomes quite jumpy and it does not sit well in the mix. But once you turn this compressor on with these settings, it sits quite well. Second of all is this VBC FG Red compressor, which is again I stole from Nolly's mix masterclass, the recent one which he did for the launch of his P5 kit, the Wildfire mix masterclass, in which he also had this mix bus glue compressor. So yeah, this also compresses and glues everything together quite nicely. See, if you turn this off, everything becomes quite unruly and jumpy, but once you turn this on, everything stays fine. This EQ is a mid-side EQ for those of you advanced folks out there. Again, I stole from Misha Mansoor's mix masterclass, the One Kit Wonder aggressive rock mix masterclass which he did. Most of my EQs for the mix for the instrumental bus are Misha's EQs, which he stole from Nolly, so you know they're Nolly's EQs. But anyways, I'm cutting a little bit of the lows on the mid and side channels. I'm cutting a little bit of the mids. I'm boosting a little bit of the highs on the side channels. And then this is a magic mid-side EQ which makes your tracks wider. So let me show you what this does. I've turned this off, listen to the track. Alright, now I'll turn this on. Now listen, now pay attention to the guitars specifically. See, notice how wide it gets? The mix gets an extra bit of width, you know. So yeah, that's my instrumental bus. I apply this instrumental bus on all of my mixes, like all of my mixes. So yeah, all my instruments go through this bus except for or if I have already some SFX or pre-mixed tracks or drops or something like that, so that won't go through this bus. Also the vocals don't go through this bus. This is, as the name suggests, instrumental bus. So yeah, then there's my mastering chain. This is an EQ, again cutting a little bit of the super lows, boosting highs. This is the Gullfoss EQ, which again I stole from Nolly, demonstrated it in the Wildfire Mix masterclass. And then I have some virtual tape machines for that added warmth, and then obviously a limiter, boosting it about 7 dBs. That's a lot of gain, but hey, if it sounds good, it sounds good. So as you can see, we are limiting very heavily, but yeah, it's just to ensure that the meters don't go above 0 dBs. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. This, as you can probably tell, this is the first time that I'm doing something like this, sitting down in front of the camera and explaining what I do. Let me know in the comments down below how I did. If you like this sort of content, please let me know in the comments again. I will try to make this sort of content again for you guys. Also, please give me any tips or your reviews of how I can improve my mix as well. I am still learning. I am not perfect. Nobody is. If you know some things that I did not perform here, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to check them out. I read all of my comments. That's how I got the idea for this video. On my playthrough video that I did of this plugin, of this tune, you guys commented that you wanted to see a mix breakdown of this video and this tone specifically. So yeah, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and comment down below what else do you want to see on my channel, and I would love to make it for you. Thanks guys, peace.